since we're talking about New Year's resolutions, what do you think? What do you think the top 5? I wrote down 6, but like, give me the top 5 New Year's resolutions that people made for 2025.
Holy cow.
Welcome to the Life Well Lived, Still Figuring It Out podcast.
That's right.
As you can see, some things have definitely changed. I am now transitioning. I changed the name from Life Well Lived, Paving Your Own Way to Growth podcast to Still Figuring It Out, because life isn't about living. I mean, it's about living well, I guess you'd say. But,
I hope so, yeah.
But we're still figuring it out. We still need to make sure that we basically don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't think we should have all the answers.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Because that's, I mean, as life goes on, as different things go on with our lives, we're not going to have all the answers, and we're going to still keep figuring it out. So I am also here to introduce the new co-host, Tyler Jordan. So welcome, Tyler.
Yeah,
welcome.
Thank you. I can't wait to be on this show. Before even doing this, we've had conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of conversation about topics that we'll get into, as we go on with episodes. But the main thing is just living a good life, being happy, those sorts of things, and like some of just my values as well about living a good life and just being a good person, being accountable. And we can go into that, in another episode. But just a little bit about me. From Utah. I don't know if you knew that. I haven't shut up about Utah. Love Utah. Moved out here to Florida a couple years ago. Absolutely love it. And just some of the things that I've done in my life work-wise, I think that can come up as we go along with episodes. You guys get to know me as well. But just briefly, I used to be a teacher. I worked for the Park Service.
Okay.
I have done acting, stunt acting, professional wrestling. I've worked in a medical setting, and I graduated from university with a exercise science degree. So I've done a lot of different things.
That's quite a bit.
So far in my life, and I'm very grateful to do that. And I'm always open to trying new things, and I think that's what's allowed me to do these different opportunities, especially when it comes to work, because I want to make sure that what I'm doing 9 to 5, day to day, not necessarily that is something that I enjoy.
Wow.
And this is just another avenue that I enjoy, and I think it's going to be fun. And with that comes good times, man.
No, for
that's
sure.
all I'll say.
That's quite the intro, honestly. And there's like,
keeping it brief. Keeping it brief.
And there is a lot to dive into there.
Yeah.
Which kind of back to your previous point is there's a lot to dive into later on. So as time goes on, as we continue to make episodes, we could further dive into some of those points. I automatically start thinking of questions like the first thing, teacher. I was like, teacher, wow, that's cool.
You're learning stuff about me too. We've been friends for a couple of years now.
So that kind of threw me off, but that's good. That's what I mean. We're still figuring it out. So
exactly.
I did want to jump into, before we get into the big heavy hitting stuff of the episode, just to kind of talk to you guys about why I did rebrand, why I decided to rebrand. It's because as we're living through life, and maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, maybe that's something we talk about, but life it's not a straight line. It is a journey. It's a big journey that there's going to be bumps in the road, and the thing about life is it doesn't matter, or it doesn't care if we're the king of England or if we bag groceries at a grocery store. If we're bored, if we're happy, if we're sad, it doesn't matter. It's going to still keep going. It's not going to stop for anybody. It's not going to stop for me. It's not going to slow down. So we're just navigating life as if we don't have all the answers, because we don't, and that's where growth happens. So that's really why I wanted to rebrand and take a different turn for the podcast. So there's a lot of good things we're going to talk about, a lot of good things to discuss, and I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to dive in.
I'm excited. All right, so you guys have seen the title of the episode. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but the first episode of this new rebrand is talking about New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yeah.
So
New Year, new us.
Yeah, exactly. New Year, new us. We're recording this the first week in January, so it's a perfect time to talk about this. But I want to start off this part here by asking you a question. This is the question everyone wants to know.
Shoot, okay.
And, I'll chime in as well.
Yeah.
What are your 2026 New Year's resolutions, if you have any? Have you made a list? Have you thought about it? Do you have any goals for this year? And then, afterwards I'll talk to you about some of mine as well. And we'll go from there. So,
No, for sure.
do you have any?
I do. I have one big one that I've actually been thinking about.
Nice.
I started thinking about this resolution months ago.
Oh, okay.
And I do enjoy reading. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I don't read often, which is crazy. So my resolution this year was to read at least one book a month. At the very least, it was just one book a month.
Okay.
And I actually started trying to do that beforehand, before the New Year, so that
I was gonna say you're getting a head start.
Yeah, let me stop here. Let me stop.
Have you read a couple books?
Yeah.
Already?
So I read one, or I finished one, right before. Well, December. There's 31 days in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, December 31st.
That I definitely know there is.
30 days plus another January. 31 days.
Yeah.
The crazy thing about this book is, though, I started it a year and a half ago.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like, I need to finish this book. I still had like 160 pages to go, and I was like, if I really want this goal to happen, I need to finish this book. So I finished the book December 30th, actually, a day early. I got lucky.
Dang.
And,
Okay.
Now I'm just starting in that new journey. So
Nice. Can I say what book it was?
the previous one or this new one?
I guess both. Yeah. What did you just finish?
Yeah, I just finished the Jay Shetty book, Think Like a Monk, which is another topic we could dive into.
I've heard of that book. Yeah.
Jay Shetty is a big part of my life, and he's a big part of my life, like a mentor. But again, that's another topic for another time.
Yeah.
So I finished that book. It was great. It gave me some great wisdom, and then now I'm actually reading Ikigai.
Okay.
And it's a book about trying to find your passion in life to keep you living as long as possible, essentially. So
Yeah.
that's my book.
Yeah,
I do have a list of books that I do want to get into eventually.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool that you brought that up. That wasn't something that I had planned this year, but that just made me think about my 2025 and the books I read. This is embarrassing. I'm gonna get just raw and real with you guys.
Yeah.
I read 0 books
Okay.
from page 1 to the end. I read passages, I read things here and there, but I'm like a physical book. I did not read a single full book. I read textbooks, things like that, but I did not read a full book. And in a way, I felt embarrassed. Like, my fiance loves to read. She read, like, I think almost 30 books.
No way.
And, like, to me, that seems like that's so far out there. I've never even been close to that. And I was just like, wow. Like, what am I doing with my time where I could be reading something interesting, taking myself out of the world, jumping into a book and just being present there. So I think a goal for me, it's a really small goal, but to read a book this year.
A book.
I went from 0 last year to reading 1, and I think I can do that. That's definitely realistic. I can read. I know how to read.
Thank you. Let's start there.
Let's start.
Do you know how to read?
I do know how to read.
Perfect.
I do know how to do that. So, thank you for sharing that, because I'm going to read a book.
Okay.
This year, one book.
To rebuttal off that question, do you have a book in mind?
I actually have a few books. Over here you can see there's a whole stack of books. I personally like nonfiction.
Okay.
So I do like a lot of biographies.
Interesting.
Not bibliography. That's like that's the part of autobiography.
Yes.
Biography.
Okay.
Bibliography is
What
like
is
in the front or back of the book.
Yes.
I actually don't know what the purpose is. I know I wrote papers and had to include one.
Right.
But I have no idea. Man. Anyway, autobiography. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I love reading. I almost said listening. I haven't read a book in so long. I forgot how to even do it.
But
how to even read.
Before you do that, can you clarify, like, what type of wrestling? Is it like...
This is professional wrestling.
Yes.
As far as that goes, that's like WWE, AEW, high school wrestling, stuff like that. It's awesome, but I'm passionate about professional wrestling, the world of. I love it.
Not wrestling, but wrestling.
Wrestling. That's right. So I have a bunch of books over there that I want to read.
Okay.
There's a comic book as well that I'm gonna read that my dad sent me, and I'm gonna read that one. There's gonna be more than one book. This wasn't a goal I had in mind, but I think I can read one and then from there see where that takes me.
Okay.
So there's a Chris Jericho book that I want to read, and a couple others. Like I said, I read some books. I just didn't finish any.
Okay.
I did not finish any books.
So you were reading, but not finishing a book. Which, I mean, if you really think about it, I was kind of in the same boat. Reading one book over the span of a year and some change is pretty
crazy.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So,
hey, I'm just not a book guy.
Yeah.
I guess. Hey, I watched like 68 movies.
okay.
How about that?
60. I couldn't name 10 movies off the top. I probably could. If I really thought about it, If I really thought about it, I probably could name 10 movies, but
Just in general.
just in general,
Just 10 movies.
just 10
ever?
movies.
You got to really think about it though.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have any other? If that was something that kind of just came about, did you have any other resolutions in mind?
Yeah. So I think before, like I talk about that, I've never been a huge person in New Year's resolutions. That's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast, because nothing like I'm against it or anything, but I like a lot of lists. I love lists. I love brackets. So my end of year and like my goals for the year is something that happens at the end anyway. Like I'll put together my top 20 albums of the year, my favorite wrestling matches. I look forward to that.
Okay.
As far as like setting goals and like New Year's resolutions, that can happen anytime for me. Like I started a new workout program. I started like new goals for that. That's a big thing that I'm trying to do, is like gain muscle mass, gain some weight. I started that the week before Thanksgiving. So I did it before a difficult stretch of time where you got the holidays, you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, things like that. But with my fitness goals, I'm purposely trying to challenge myself to do things I don't want to do and choosing difficult things. So to me, I didn't want that to be a reason to like get in shape myself personally the first of the year. Like I went to the gym the week of, I went to the gym 2 days ago, things like that, and I'm still on that same goal I had in November, and that should end around like March. That was like when I want to end that bulk.
So it's not that it's a New Year's resolution, but it is essentially a resolution throughout the year.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it that
exactly.
way. Being a list guy.
Yeah.
And I do have notes, so don't. But I did write down, and I'm very curious on. Let's talk about a list really quick.
I love it.
Since we're talking,
I'm a list guy.
Yeah. Since we're talking about New Year's resolutions, what are the top? What do you think? What do you think the top 5? I wrote down 6, but give me the top 5 New Year's resolutions that people made for 2025.
Holy cow! It seems like like I just talked about it. My first thought goes to like health and fitness. So I don't know if that's number 1 or like trying to like lose weight is got to be up there.
Okay, it might be in there. It's in there. So
do you want me to name all 5?
Yeah, name all 5.
Okay, so that one.
Well, are you gonna say that like?
I'll be a little more specific.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, first I'm gonna say walking. I don't know how specific to get. Like walk a certain amount of time throughout the day.
Okay.
So there's one. So walking.
Is this going in order from number 1 to number 5?
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go order, man. I know I'm a list guy, but so I'm gonna say walking. Goal of trying to walk more, whatever distance that is for someone. I'm gonna say drinking more water.
Okay.
I think that's a big one. And then another one's probably staying away or limiting alcohol.
Okay.
Anything like that. Alcohol, drugs,
Yeah.
that pertains to anyone. One's got to be going to a gym.
Okay.
I think that's another one. So actually signing up for a gym and going. And then the fifth one, it's always the fifth one.
The
I feel like
fifth gets you.
if you're doing a Mount Rushmore, it's always like you get 3. I don't know the fourth. If there's 5, I can get 4 out of the
Well,
last
I
one.
did ask for the top 5, but I wrote down 6. So
Yeah.
think about number 5
thank-
is not the last one. What you got?
Okay. I'm trying to think of just like goals with. I'm gonna say calling your family. More on. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
That's a
say,
good one.
yeah, like talking to your parents or calling your mom or grandma or something like that, or your friends or family, calling them
Okay.
more often.
Yeah.
That's 5, 6. Man.
Yeah.
A 6. Who does a top
I
6?
know.
Is this an
Listen.
honorable mention? Like, what are we doing
No,
here?
top 6, man. I got 6. I didn't.
I
wrote-
think reading, that's got to be one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say reading a certain amount of books throughout the year. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Now, all great answers. All great.
How many did I
answers.
get right?
No. I actually think it might have been a little bit more. I think your answers were a little too specific for what they had
Okay.
because they kind of blended into some of these categories. So I'm
Okay.
just going to name the list.
Yeah. This is cool.
The first number 1 New Year's resolution of 2025 was exercise more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Got it.
100. Like as soon as you started to say that, I know that's kind of like where you were going. So I was like, that's a lot of
Okay.
people's.
Yeah,
That's a lot of.
I'll give
people's,
myself a point
you know?
there.
But so the thing about it is like walking more, all that good stuff, going to the gym.
That's gonna be in that.
I feel like that's there.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Number 2, being happy.
Oh wow.
Just being happy.
Dang.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Interesting.
that's pretty interesting because
I wonder how you measure that.
right, that's such a broad like. I got a new Sharpie. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
This is new, by the way. It's
Yeah.
kind of a nice color.
You know,
I digress.
I just want to talk about that for just a sec.
A Sharpie?
Yeah. That is a nice
Right?
Sharpie.
Thank you.
Where did you get
I
that?
appreciate it. I'm not gonna tell you.
No, but I was actually thinking about this the other day. Have you ever seen Last Meals on YouTube? It's with Good Mythical Kitchen.
No.
So this chef gets a bunch of celebrities to be on the show, and they talk about their last meals, and they talk about like their outlook on life and death.
Last meals.
And yeah, it's really interesting. And he ends the episode, which I think is awesome. You don't hear this with people that often. Is he asks if they're happy?
Oh,
That's
wow.
how he ends it. He has this whole interview, and he says, "Hey, I want to ask you, are you happy?" And they're like, "Yeah, I am happy right now," and they can go into that. I'm like, what a great way to end an interview talking about death, life and death.
It's
It's
very
like our
interesting.
podcast, but
Yeah.
with food.
But with food.
Yeah.
Deep, bro.
I know. That's interesting. Let me from my long
God.
goatee. But I was just thinking about that. Like, if someone were to ask me that, and I was just thinking about the things like that make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just nice to reflect. We talked about this off camera just now. I reflect so much.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I love to be grateful and remember the things that make me happy. And I was just thinking, like, I feel like a lot of people don't ask that question enough.
They don't.
Like, hey, are you happy?
Yeah.
Not like, are you good? And, you'd be like, yeah, I'm good, or whatever. But
Exactly.
like, are you happy? Like, I feel like that can be different.
Oh, absolutely different. A big question, and not admitting, hey, how you doing today? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
And even just thinking about that, I think you can even have a negative connotation towards just, are you okay? If people are asking me if I'm okay, then they think something's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You
True.
know, like you could even, I guess if you're like, are you happy? If you said, are you happy? Like that
Yeah.
could come off in a certain way, but like genuinely, hey, how are things going? You happy? You
Yeah.
know, then it could come off like,
Just
oh my
that
gosh,
switching up that sentence by
Yeah.
saying, are you happy, makes that completely different.
wow,
We're so used to being like, you good? And if you're not, you're like, yeah, I'm good.
yeah,
But it's completely different if you said, are you happy? That's like, whoa. Let me think about that
Yeah.
for a minute. Like, you actually have to sit and think. So I like that.
that's a good, yeah.
For number 2.
That was
on
that. Yeah, which is
Sent me down an interesting road.
I like it though.
Yeah.
That gets me thinking about a lot,
Mm-hmm.
which we can talk about
We got so much, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So much to dive into in the future.
We're going to do it all this episode.
Yeah,
We're
so
doing a 24-hour live stream.
I hope you have your water, and I hope you have a way to go to the bathroom because we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Eating healthier.
Okay, nice.
You know, I feel like that's...
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and I feel like that's a common
I went
one.
way too specific.
You did, but
No.
but I feel like you said being healthier. Did you?
I might have.
We'll
roll it back.
Yeah, roll it back.
We got a whole production crew back here. Replay that, guys.
Yeah, but eating healthier.
Yeah.
This whole list, it just gets me thinking about like, dang, should this have not been my resolution? You know, like just thinking about it all
that's what I want to kind of go back to really quick. Is like I don't want to be like, oh, I don't care about New Year's resolutions and things. I think it's really good for these moments.
Yeah.
Like just to reflect and think about where you're at right now. Like it's a good checkpoint for me. Like it's not going to necessarily make me start anything specific, but I don't want to like not be open to that too. If that makes I still want to be open to change.
No, for
with
sure.
the new year.
For sure.
But I don't want that to be the moment. Like I'm gonna eat like crap until this day.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be doing that because that can just lead down not a great road, not too healthy. But I still think it's good to sit back, reflect, talk about this because it does make me think about like, oh yeah, like if you go by the year as like a checkpoint in your life and you like recap that, like what can you do this next year to be a better version of you?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Come on. I hope these nuggets, these golden nuggets are flowing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hope so.
Number 4. Something else that you didn't mention that
Dang.
it doesn't, I guess it doesn't have to do with living a life well lived, but it very well can.
Okay.
It very well can. Number 4, saving money.
Yeah, that's huge. And I think about that.
Yeah. Like saving money is...
That's a big one. And that's something you can actually measure and implement and do like right away.
Exactly. Like you can know how much... And I said like it doesn't have to do with living a life well lived because do you... I don't even know if I could say this because like do you need money to truly live a life well lived and be happy?
That is an entire episode I would love to get into because I have quite a bit to say there.
I'm gonna keep that for another time. I like.
We'll jot that down. I've been deep into that conversation. Yeah. Very deep into that lately.
Okay.
And just with people that I've met, different relationships that I've seen, and just the conversations I've had, I have quite a bit to say there. So tune in. We got a fun episode about money and happiness.
Yes, I starred that so that we can get back to it.
Yeah.
Number 5, and I feel. Again, even with this list, I feel like some of these do kind of blend in at the same time. So number 5 is improving physical health. So it's like, I feel like exercising more, even eating healthier can improve physical health.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what that would be more specifically about.
Yeah.
Like just, interesting.
You know what I would have liked to see, actually? Especially nowadays, I would have really loved to see if that was improving mental health.
That wasn't on there?
It wasn't. So that would have been nice. That would have been nice to kind of see.
Yeah.
But this isn't a list of what we want to see.
Yeah.
It's a list.
Is this like people, like Family Feud style? Like they got 100 people on the streets to answer? Or is this?
This
like
was.
Because I'm thinking like. I wonder if people just don't want to share that side of things. If that's something that's like, a little deeper for someone to talk about as far as that goes. And that's like a personal battle people feel.
This is usually more of like a census, like survey style.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, that definitely plays a factor into it of like people don't want to share if they're struggling mentally. Yeah. Especially to a stranger on the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Steve Harvey's walking down the street.
I might share a lot with Steve Harvey. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. And And then jumping into the number 6. 'Cause
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention number 6
Yeah.
is losing weight. So it's
Hey,
like,
I said that one right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Did you?
I think so.
It's in there.
It's in there. Hey,
yeah.
What's his name? We got
Jack.
the PA Jack. Hey,
Jack.
rewind that.
What's his
Insert
name?
that in.
What's his name? Who's
What's his name?
Who's our production guy? I don't know.
Yeah,
Jack. let's
I
call
don't
him.
know. He's
in the back.
there. I
He's
guess.
there. He'll be
we got
there.
a whole team back
Yeah.
here. If you couldn't tell, yeah, they're all crammed in this little
In
corner
this little
over
corner.
here.
If you could see the corner, you know what we're talking
Yeah, you know
about.
what's going on.
No, but so to recap, number 1, exercise more. Number 2, love it, being happy. Number 3, eating healthier. Number 4, saving money, diving deeper into another episode in the future.
Yeah.
For sure. Number 5, wish it was improving mental health, but it's really improving physical health.
Yeah.
And then number 6 is losing weight.
Interesting. Yeah.
Which, hearing that, well, you said you're not really a big resolution guy, but even hearing that, going off of this, I mean, how much of that have you tried to do in the past?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this. I've been on a lifelong bulk, so I've never tried to lose weight before. That's coming.
Okay.
So the bulk, like I said, ends in March. I'm actually going to try and cut.
Wow.
So even if it's just 5 pounds, I've never done it.
Okay.
So that's something that I'm going to do. But I had that goal a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen there.
No cheating, man. No cheating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Got all the answers there. I'm reading it off the window, so I'm actually.
Oh.
This is all stuff. I'm just spouting out what you put on your book. Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to say with some of those because there are things that I really like, and there's things that I'm already doing, which is good to reflect on. And I think it's good for people specifically that aren't doing those things to hear that and have those goals. Like, those aren't as specific to me personally, but it does make me reflect, like, the being happy part.
Right.
Just taking time to be like, are you happy right now?
For sure.
And it's like, I don't know. Am I?
Are you?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We've had that conversation,
Yeah.
with some sessions we've had before, but I can like proudly and honestly say that I am a happy person, however you measure that. And yeah, I mean, we can. I don't want to go too far down down a hole there,
Yeah,
but
because that's
yeah.
another.
Short answer, yes.
Yes.
I would say yes. I am happy.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad
thank
to-
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, how could I not be? Dude? We're talking,
Chatting it up,
chatting, we're
talking
hanging
about
out.
some good stuff.
Yeah. What do you think about this list? How does that resonate with you?
Well, let me see here. A lot of it resonates with me.
Yeah.
Again, going back to this being happy thing, I've never like.
I know it like struck me
It
like
did.
whoa.
It did. I've never.
Thank
thought
you for
about-
asking, List.
Yes, for sure. I've never thought about that before. To where like making that a good resolution. So I can't say that I've truly thought about that. I've thought about like, well, is it being happy? I feel like, man, I wish things were better, but I feel like wishing can lead us down a different path
Okay,
at the
yeah.
same time. So like that's tough, but definitely exercising more. I've had a lot of resolutions in the past, specifically New Year's resolutions. I fed into that stigma of
Okay.
having New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And another fun fact, about 80% of people believe that they are going to be, this is the year I'm going to complete my New Year's resolution.
Wow.
80% of people that make them truly believe that. What the other 20% are thinking, like, I'm going to make it, but I don't think I'm going to. That's kind of crazy to think about that, but 20% of people do that.
Interesting.
So I've definitely had exercise more. I've definitely had eating healthier, saving. I don't know if I've had saving money. I don't think I've had saving money. I've had
not.
that as a full year long resolution.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, like everybody you think wants to
Yeah,
save
you want to
money.
have that skill and experience of saving money. I hope people are experiencing that.
Improving physical health and then losing weight. Those have all been on my list of New Year's resolutions. Which then, do you know any of the statistics on New Year's resolutions?
I like my numbers, but there's too many.
There
Too many
are,
numbers
yeah.
out there.
There's
So
a
I
lot.
don't. There's a lot. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I know these.
I
I would love to hear it though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good news for you.
I'm a numbers guy.
I got some numbers.
Awesome. Narrow it down for me, please.
Yeah,
Narrow this
So
down.
he's a numbers guy. I like having some statistics and notes written down,
Yeah.
so we can talk about these things. Let's talk about. There's a couple different numbers here. Let's start with.
It's a lot.
Let's start with weeks of failure. Okay.
Interesting.
For the first week, about 23 to 25% of people are already done with their New Year's resolution.
Okay.
And by done, I don't mean like
In the
they
first week.
First week.
Wow.
And I don't mean done with like, oh my, I completed. I read all 12 books the first week.
Yeah.
Done. New Year's resolution. I mean like they've already given up on their goal.
Yeah. Oh wow.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat. I mean, initially it just sounds kind of high.
Right.
Like in 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah. Like a month I could see, but it depends on the goal.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm a little shocked actually.
Imagine if the goal was be happier. I'm gonna go back to this. Imagine if the goal is being happy, and you're telling me
Yeah, 1 week. Yeah.
1 week, 25% of people are already like, yeah, I'm just not gonna be happy.
Yeah, I'd want to know like what steps are you taking to be happy,
Yeah.
and are you doing those? You know, and if you're not doing that, then I guess you're not going to be happy
Right.
in that way. But like, what are the steps that it takes for someone to be happy? And it might be like a discovery, like you don't know yet. I just want to be happy, and if you don't know in that first week, I'd say that's okay.
Yeah.
But like doing things to find what that is for you and those steps, that's just a hard one to measure.
That is.
You truly
Yeah.
never know.
You really don't.
Because that's like going back to college.
True.
You don't know what
Oh my God,
what you
yeah.
want to do.
That's right.
And like you're still going to college and trying to figure it out. And like for me, I hated my degree the first 3 years. I couldn't stand it. And then I started getting into specific classes that changed my mind, like doing like athletic training, like clinical sports phys, like stuff like that. I was like, whoa, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And these are actual like jobs you can have. It's not just like a general scope.
Not just, okay, I gotta go to math. Okay, next is English.
Yeah.
Next is
Exactly.
whatever. I took a poetry and baseball class once.
What?
I played baseball
What?
in college, so I was like, I kind of liked poetry. Believe it or not, hot take back then
Yeah.
for the athlete. But like, and then just to be reading books on poetry, I was like, this is my class, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
Am I a writer? No. Do I want to write poetry? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I could.
Does it make you happy?
See, and I've written poetry before, and it kind of did. So anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it is. Yeah, it's such a hard one to really measure.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know yet, Jack,
Jack,
you gotta quiet.
is that
Thank you.
easy now?
All right. There we go.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. I don't remember what I
Dang it,
what I
Jack!
said right away. Jack.
Dang it.
My New Year's resolution is get a new PA.
Anyway, let's go to the next then.
Yeah.
I know I said weeks of failure, but we're gonna jump to the end of end of January.
Okay.
We're gonna jump. So like
Yeah.
by the end of January,
Mm-hmm.
31 days in January still, right? 30 days. There is 31 days.
Okay.
By the end of January, 43% of people are done with are over their New Year's resolution.
Wow.
They've given up. 43%.
Yeah, that's like almost half in the first month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad because you hear about that a lot when talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So that's why, to me, I think it's positive that people are at least talking about bettering themselves.
Yeah.
I love that. But does that put you in a box? You know, does that cause your goals to be like too difficult to do at that time frame and you're done in January? Like, I feel like it kind of just limits you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I love the intention. And I think like you should try
Yeah.
at least. Like if you have a goal, at least try it. And if you don't get there in January, and you got to like reassess, you know, things like that. Maybe you're doing something that month that you thought you were going to like and you hated. Going back to being happy.
Yeah.
And then like next week,
Back to being happy.
but next month in February, you started doing something that's like awesome.
True.
And it's not even part of your New Year's resolutions. You're
Right.
just happy at
Just
that
happy.
point. So,
But then it is part of your New Year's resolution because then you're happy.
a little bit, yeah, I guess it is.
Going back to it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is unfortunate. And I do think there are different ways to like make sure that we're hitting those goals, or at least getting better at trying to achieve those goals.
Yeah.
And it all starts with building like specific habits. You know what I mean? Like you have to think of setting these resolutions and attaining these goals as building habit, which goes into growth in itself.
Yeah.
You know, if you're growing, then are you still winning? You might not. Well, hopefully you are. Let's not go back to being happy because that's
Yeah.
But like exercising more.
Yeah.
If you're starting off, I guess it all just really depends.
I know,
It
it's
really depends on how
so
you measure
tough.
things. On like, if you build one habit, like I have to get up at 7 a.m. every morning. And then if you build that habit over the first month, you might not have been exercising more yet, but it is a step towards that goal.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think
mean?
that's important is building those steps
Yeah.
and getting there. And it takes time. If you have a New Year's resolution, I mean, your time frame, you're basically giving yourself a whole year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time
Yeah.
to learn and grow, like you said. And maybe you think it's a failure the first month, but I would say that you still have time.
You do. Yeah. I mean, New Year's resolution, it isn't a January thing. People leave it in January,
Yeah.
but it's a whole new year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the reason why people love New Year's resolutions is because it's something I forget what it's called. It's like the feel good, like the feel good effect.
Yeah.
To where you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm getting away from my past. I'm no longer gonna not do anything. I'm no longer gonna just sit at home all the time. I'm gonna go exercise more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna improve myself. So then you start to feel good about yourself, you know? And then even just that releases like these chemicals in your body of just feel good chemicals to where like you feel just motivated to want to do it, you know? So then that's why people do make these resolutions. Where they fall short is, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds this year. Like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Great. Love it. Love the enthusiasm, but you gotta have, it's gotta be a smaller obtainable goal, which is actually called a SMART goal. That is something I did write down. Like I said, I like writing stuff down.
Yeah.
So I do want to, like, a SMART goal. I have to say this because it is so important to creating goals. So it's being specific, it's being measurable, it has to be achievable, it has to be relevant, and then it has to be time bound. So you have to give a certain time frame. So like, I want to lose 100 pounds, okay, but like, how?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I need to go to the gym, I need to do this. But like, okay, now that we got that, but like, how are you going to lose that 100 pounds? Are you going to start with trying to lose 100 immediately?
Yeah.
No, I want to lose 20 pounds in the first month. Perfect. You have it's time framed, it's relevant, you can do it. You know, it's smart because it's something that we need to do. You know, I guess if you want to say it that way.
Yeah.
But and then it's measurable. You can clearly measure how much you're going to lose. I don't advise you weighing yourself every day, but every so often.
Yeah. I think that's huge. I feel like a lot of people will say something about their New Year's resolution, but not actually sit down and take time to talk about the steps.
Yeah.
Because, like, something that I just had, I thought about, but I didn't really go into any depth. But I was like, yeah, you know, this year it'd be nice to be less present on social media, but more present on myself in social media. Like, I want to be able to feel comfortable posting things and sharing things about my life and do more of that than just scrolling on other people's stuff. And I kind of just thought about that, but I didn't set a goal.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything about that. So, like, for me, I don't know if that's really going to become anything of that, but I didn't take the time to sit down and actually talk about it, break down those goals into like a smart format.
Yeah.
things like that. And I think that would be really helpful for New Year's resolutions and being serious about it.
No, for sure. So, as I was doing my research, what I saw was, looking back into the New Year's resolution, a lot of people will actually stop and be completed with their New Year's resolution at about 4 months. So it's been taking people, which it's only 9% of people keep their New Year's resolutions throughout the whole year.
Dang,
Only 9%. So
Shout out to the 9%.
To the 9%.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So
No
9% of people. Yeah.
No, that is good though.
It's cool that 9% of people are doing it.
It's good people have accomplished it.
Yes.
Is what I'm getting to.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not me yet. Hopefully this year, even going back to my New Year's resolution,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, as far as a smart goal to just read these 12 books, it's easy. I can measure it. Did I read a book this month or not?
Yeah.
It's very achievable, and I'm gonna make a pledge.
No.
This year, I am joining that 9% this year.
I love it.
I'm joining that 9%
That's awesome.
this year. I may be that 80% that believes, but I'm not going to be part of that 43% that just gives it up in the first
Yeah.
month. So that's my pledge.
On
definitely
recording.
Yes,
We
it's
have
on
this.
there. Hold me accountable. Hold
Yeah.
me to it.
Yeah,
Call
seriously.
me out. Ask me. Call me out. Be like,
Call you
did
out.
you read? Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I read. Hell yeah, I read this today.
Did you read your one book this year?
Yeah.
On page 3, working on it in September.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'll make a pledge too. I am reading my one book this
Let's
year.
go.
I'll be a part of that
Let's
9% as well.
I'm going to be very curious about what book you picked. That's a very important book for a year.
And I'll say this. I'm going to read more than one.
Okay.
I'm going to read more than one.
Yes.
I want to read at least one.
Yeah.
And there will be more.
No, I mean, it goes back to the forming the habit. You got to form the
Yeah.
habit. You
It's-
saying you start with one? Start with one.
It starts with that. I read 0
Yeah.
last year.
That's
and
good.
I need to feel good about reading one. For me, that's not something a part of my daily life.
Right. But, I know you said you read 0, but how many pages did you read? Does it equal a book?
Possibly. It doesn't feel right.
No, it
you know,
doesn't.
it's not the same as
You're right.
last page. Boom!
Yeah, close
you hear
on
the
book.
sound of the
Yeah.
book closes, slide it on the table, kick back. That's different because there's a couple books down there that I read. I read on the plane. I've read like a few chapters here and there.
Okay.
I did not complete a book.
So then are you going to... Here's my next question, though. Are
Yeah.
you going to complete a book that you already started? Or are you going to start the book
I am
over?
starting over.
Wow.
I am reading. I'll finish those.
Yeah.
But I am going to read a book from start to finish.
Start to finish.
I might even be able to do it in a week. This next week. Next episode.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
I said maybe.
Yeah.
I might be able to, but I got some time. There's some good books over there.
There is some really good books. I got
301 Things to Draw could be a good book to read.
301 books to draw. That's a crazy book.
That would be a good goal. I think a New Year's resolution for my good friend Burgess Andrew Milner, fellow host of Head Seller TV.
There it is. Plug it in.
You can subscribe to Head Seller TV. I'm on another podcast.
Absolutely.
That's a totally different vibe.
Yep.
But if you like comedy, you like joking around, we don't do that here. This is strictly business.
That's it.
Yeah. But on the other podcast, we just get into a bunch of shenanigans, and we've done it for a long time. Me and Burgess are lifelong friends, so Head Seller TV on YouTube, check that out.
Absolutely.
But he's an artist as well, and he had a goal that was, to me, unrealistic. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not an artist, but he wanted to draw something every single day. 365 days. I know people who have done New Year's resolutions where they're doing something every day. To you, how do you feel about an everyday goal, 365 days out of the year? Like, someone, I think, had run a mile every day for an entire year. Does that seem realistic to you?
I mean, no, And this is only because I don't know if I could commit myself to doing that.
Yeah.
So for me, it seems unrealistic, but I guess I can't say that it's unrealistic for an artist who's
Yeah.
like that. If that's his, it has to make sure it's a passion.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you do have a passion, then I do think if it's your passion, I can absolutely do it every day.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. It's
I can't think of a passion right now, which I don't know
Yeah.
if that's pretty good, but I don't know. If
and that's what I was interested, because I feel like there's never a complete yes or no answer with
Right.
that. There's not a 100%, 0%. We don't know.
no, that's
And
tough.
I love back against the wall. No one believes that I can run a mile every day. That
Yeah.
makes me want to do it more.
True.
That motivation of this is so unrealistic. People aren't going to believe me, but I'm
Right.
going to do it, and I will prove to myself, I'll prove to people that I can do it. And so that fires me up.
Yeah.
Seeing unrealistic New Year's resolutions being accomplished.
Absolutely.
So it's such a tough balance, because for me, mine's really difficult.
Yeah.
This year.
It's a tough. That's tough.
But-
Going from 0 to 1. Let's actually let's think about that. Like, it really does take sometimes a lot out of people to even just start something.
Mm-hmm.
So going from 0 to 1, it actually can be tough.
Yeah.
Like, realistically tough. Don't get me wrong. It depends on what you're doing,
Yeah.
but like,
Absolutely.
I don't discredit that.
Because I
0 to
think
1.
about my year I just had, and I didn't just sit down and read.
Yeah.
I was on a plane. I was like waiting somewhere. I was doing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something out of my day that I'd actually have to stop and think about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me sit down for 10 minutes out of the day and read.
Yeah.
You know, and try and do that. So, hey, as silly as this has been, this is like actually serious to me. Like, I really want to read I'm like motivated to read now.
Yeah.
We created a goal for me
Yeah.
on January, whatever day it is.
On January,
Fifth
one of the
or
days.
sixth
One of
or
the
seventh,
early January.
one of the early January. We already set a goal, so that I'm excited about already.
Which comes to my like points of just actually having some tips for you know, helping to accomplish some of the New Year's resolutions. I know the episode today is about New Year's resolutions, but even just goals in general,
Yeah.
resolutions throughout the year. First tip is just literally start small. Start small, build a habit. You know, once you can get that done, it becomes a habit, then it becomes pretty simple. There's going to be the ups and downs, just like we talked about with life. There's going to be the ups and downs where it's really hard to do it that one day. But a lot of the times, doing it on that toughest day will make it so much more worth it in the
Oh
end.
yeah,
So, starting small and then building systems. Going on to the next tip, building systems and goals. Like, how are you going to accomplish what you want to do? Build a system for that.
yeah,
And then I think this is one that people take for granted. The last tip I have is literally celebrating the win. You know, celebrate it. Like, if
I love that.
once you read that first book here in this week, you know, celebrate it. Grab a
Yeah.
drink. Mm-hmm. You know, say, I did this.
I love celebrating little things.
Oh
love
my-
it.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because then it makes the next time you do it even much. You're gonna remember, like, oh, that felt really
Yeah.
good.
What
that
is
felt
next?
really good. What
Yeah.
can I do next? How can I continue that?
Yeah.
Goes back to that happy feeling of like, oh my gosh, seeing yourself get better.
Yeah,
So though,
that's what I was gonna say. Seeing a better version of you, seeing
Yeah.
yourself accomplish something difficult, like you get that feeling. It makes you feel good, and you know, it's good to crave that.
yeah,
Like that's a positive thing to
absolutely.
crave. I think like growth.
Yeah.
Like being better.
I love growth, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's part of the reason why I want to do this, and I like doing this is for the growth, and not just my growth, but growth for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's one thing that one person gets out of what we just said today, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's stuff like that. That's
It's another thing, man.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So that
Yeah.
so I hope those tips can help.
it helped me just now, just talking about it.
Yeah.
So that's one person. Feeling happy?
I'm good. I'm happy. You know, I got to celebrate. I'm going to go home and celebrate.
Nice.
I'm going to go home and celebrate that win.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So, is there any, like, to kind of backtrack, is there anything else that you'd want to, anything that I haven't said today, anything that you haven't said, anything you want to tell everybody out there today before we wrap up?
Man, I just want to say, like, this has been a blast, even just doing this first episode. I think through this journey, like you said, maybe someone will take something from this and want to be better.
Yeah.
I think us doing this are going to make us better people as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And the great thing about this show, and you know, if you guys are listening or watching this, is it's in the title. We're figuring this out.
Mm-hmm.
We are just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Um,
We do not have all the answers
do not have all the answers.
by any means.
Yeah. No, not at all. And I think that's important for us just to be, you know, open-minded, talk about these things, and try and learn from it.
Yeah.
I think that's huge to me, and I love learning. I love learning about people, new things, being, you know, interested in things and curious about this and that or whatever. So, yeah, that's it. I'm just stoked.
Yeah.
I'm just stoked. I'm excited.
I'm
My
ready.
Cali, you know, side of me is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm just fired up and stoked,
up,
dude.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as we begin to end the podcast, the very first episode of Life Well Lived, Still Figuring It Out podcast, I do encourage you guys to just chat with us, talk with us on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, even through email. We're more than willing to answer some questions. As a matter of fact, I would actually love to, if you guys send in some questions,
Yeah.
we can talk about them on future episodes. More than likely not the next one, but we're going to keep a bank of questions that you guys would ask.
Yeah.
And then we can answer them as we go on, for sure.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So, man, this has been fun. It's almost kind of sad ending.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we have so much more.
Yeah.
We do have so
I'm
much more to
I'm
do.
excited, to see what else we can get into
Yeah.
and talk about.
So, guys, it has been a pleasure. One thing to remember is that life is not about being perfect, but it's about progress.
That's right.
So we'll see you guys on the next one.
We'll see you next time.